Hello students, this is the third video on consignment accounting. In this video, I am covering solved long problems with valuation of closing stock. This is very significant and important questions for the BCom and CS, CS and CMS students, right? So we'll take up the questions and we'll see. Prior to that, we will understand what is valuation of closing stock. Valuation of closing stock. This is very important. What do you mean by valuation of closing stock? Valuation of closing stock is refers to calculating the value of closing stock which is left over unsold with the consignee. In the sense what here, while valuing the closing stock, you not only consider the value of closing stock, besides you even consider the proportionate non-recurring or direct expenses whether paid by the consignor or consignee. The non-recurring and direct expenses are very significant. These expenses incurred to bring the goods in a saleable condition. In the sense what? In a condition where the goods can be sold to the third party. So such expenses are called as non-recurring expenses. So we will even consider these expenses while calculating the value of closing stock. There are some of the examples I have furnished here. The non-recurring expenses are freight, packing, carriage, cartage, insurance on goods sent, dock dues, loading and unloading charges paid by the consignor, import or custom duty, octroi, carriage and cartage paid by the consignee to move the goods to his godown. So based on the question, based on seeing the nature of the expenditure, you can determine whether it is a recurring or non-recurring expenses. But most significant, while calculating the value of closing stock, we will consider only non-recurring expenses. Clear? So we'll take up the questions, then you will understand better. So in this question, A of Ahmedabad sent 50 cases of goods to B of Bombay at 200 per case. Expenses on consignment incurred by the consignor amounted rupees 300. B worked as delicredar agent. See, delicredar agent is refers to the consignee will be paid additional commission by the consignor. Why additional commission given by the consignor to consignee? To take and to bear the risk of what credit sales made by the consignee. See, consignor is sitting in different place, consignee is doing the sales activity on behalf of the consignor. Therefore, consignee knows the current market people very well and he will sell goods on credit basis. Why do he sell goods on credit basis? Because when say goods are sold on credit basis, then only the movement of goods will take place. In the sense, they can sell more goods. Clear? So that's the reason why consignee will take the responsibility of the loss due to bad debts whenever he paid delicredar commission. So delicredar commission is additional commission paid by consignor to consignee to bear the loss of what we call bad debts on credit sales. This is you bear in mind. His ordinary commission was 5% and delicredar was 7.5%. Collectively, if you make the summation, it is 12.5%. In due course, B sent an account sales giving the following information. Sale proceeds of 40 cases for 11,000. Of those 50 cases, he sold 40 for 11,000 rupees. It is not each case. Total 40 cases he sold for 11,000 rupees. Stock of unsold goods on hand for 10 cases. What is the leftover material with the consignee? 10 cases. Consignee's expenses amounted to rupees 120. Consignee charged commission at an agreed rate, that is 12.5%, delicredar and normal commission. A bank draft for 8,000 was sent by B along with the account sales. This is the advance given by the consignee to the consignor. Show necessary accounts in the books of A. So we'll start preparing the accounts. Again, I have taken the question. So A here is the consignor, B is the consignee. So we are preparing ledger account in the books of consignor, that is consignment account, that is B's account, that is consignee account, and goods sent on consignment account. And we will post the values as per the need and requirement. So what was the value of material sent? 50 cases each at 200. So in consignment account what we write? 2 goods sent on consignment. 50 into 200 comes to 10,000 rupees. Then the same 10,000 rupees we will be writing in goods sent on consignment account credit side. That is by consignment account 10,000. Then next is after sending the material, consignor incurred the expenditure rupees 300. So in consignment account we write to cash or bank expenses of the consignor amounted to rupees 300. Then further B sold goods worth rupees 40 cases for rupees 11,000. So in consignment account we write by B of Bombay account, that is sales 11,000, and we have prepared consignee, that is B of Bombay account. There we will write debit side to consignment account, that is in bracket I have written sales 11,000. Then closing stock will take up later, but consignee's expenses 120. In consignment account we write to B of Bombay account expenses 120, and B of Bombay account we have already prepared. Therefore we write by consignment account in the B of Bombay account rupees 120. In the sense debited in the consignment account and credited in the consignee account, the expenses. Then consignee charge commission consignee charge. So it will be debited to consignment account to B of Bombay account, that is commission. What is the percentage? 11,000 into I have taken 12.5%. Why did I take 12.5%? Because 5 plus 7.5%. 1375 is the total commission, and it will be credited in consignee account even by consignment account 1375. Once this is done, what is the leftover? Advance received from consignee. It will be credited in the consignee account by cash and or bank 8,000. Advance will not be debited to consignment account, please bear in mind. Once it is done, what we have to do? We need to do the valuation of closing stock. So I have prepared a table, that is closing stock. How many units left over? 10 units. What is the cost of each unit? 200. That comes to 2,000 rupees. Then proportionate expenses. Proportionate expenses of first whom we have to take? Consignor. What is the expenditure incurred by the consignor? 300. For how many units it has incurred? For 50 units. And what is the leftover stock? That is 10 units. So how to calculate proportionate? 300 into 10 by 50. We will get the value of 60 rupees. But why don't we consider consignee expenses? Since in this question we have not provided the nature of expenditure incurred by the consignee. He said just consignee's expenses. Therefore, in this case we assume the expenses incurred by the consignee are recurring expenses. Therefore, should not be considered while valuing the closing stock. Non-recurring expenses will be considered. So here we will consider the consignee expenses are recurring in the nature, therefore will not be considered while doing the valuation of closing stock. Then the total summation comes to 2,060 rupees. This is the value of closing stock. Closing stock always credited to consignment account. Once the credit of closing stock is given, then we will close the account of consignment. We will get the balancing figure on the debit side. We are getting in this question. If we get the balancing figure on the debit side, it will be called as to P&L account profit. If it is credit side, by P&L loss. Then close the consignee account. We are getting the balancing figure on the credit side, that is 1505 by balance carried down. Since we don't have any information regarding the balance payment, therefore we are writing balance carried down, that is balancing figure. Then close the goods sent on consignment to purchases or trading account. So in this manner we have to prepare all the ledger accounts. I hope I made you understand the problem with valuation of closing stock. Clear? Now we will take up the question with regards to same question with in the books of consignee account. What is the consignee account? Though it is not asked in the question, but still I am showing you since it is a learning video. Then A of Ahmedabad account will be opened in the books of whom? B of Bombay. So A of Ahmedabad account, we write by cash sales made by the consignee, that is 11,000, and expenses incurred by the consignee 120, commission charged by the consignee 1375, it will be debited. Then advance given by the consignee 8,000. So expenses and advance will be debited, sales will be credited. Then we will close this account. Balancing figure we are getting on the debit side. To balance carried down, balancing figure. This balance in the books of consignee as well as consignee account in the books of consignor, both will match. That is 1505. Clear? Amount receivable and amount payable will be the same. Right? I hope I made you understand this concept, this problem. So we'll take up one more question. This question is also very significant. On 1st July 2013, P&Co sends 300 cases of medicines to Ravi on consignment basis. The cost of each case was 1000. P&Co incurred the following expenses on the consignment: 750 on railway freight and 450 on insurance. 200 cases was sold by Ravi uniformly at 2000 per case. 200 into 2000. Out of these, 10 cases were sold to a party on credit and his transaction ultimately proven bad. The expenses of Ravi amounted to rupees 1200, that is consignee expenses. He sent an account sale on 31st December 2013 which revealed that he charged 5% as ordinary commission and 10% as delicretor commission. Whenever the delicretor commission is given, the bad debt loss will be incurred by the consignee. Therefore, 10 cases were sold to a party on credit and transaction ultimately proven bad. We don't consider this transaction. Right? He sent in bank draft for 90,000. You are required to prepare consignment account, Ravi's account and goods and consignment account in the books of P&Co. Very simple question. I have kept the question. You can read the question and you practice this question without, you pause this video here and you practice this question, and even I am providing the solution. Right? That is consignment account, consignee, that is Ravi's account, and goods and consignment account, besides valuation of closing stock. Pause this video, try to solve the problem. Then if you don't understand further, you can see the answer also. Once you do, then go through the answer. That will enhance your learning skills and presentation skills and answer solving capacity in the examination. Clear? So this is the answer. You can go through the answer. When you come to the consignee account, in the books of consignee, the consignor account also I have presented. So this is the basic crux of the how to solve the problems with value of closing stock. Right? So I hope I have given you good information. You can easily solve the problems in the university examination. I wish you all the best. Thanks for watching the video. Do subscribe my channel, Mentor the Trusted Guide. Thank you very much.